Good evening, people of Port Arthur. My name is Oscar Ortiz, and I'm running for mayor of the city of Port Arthur. And some people would ask me, why are you running for mayor after having been stepped down for about 3 years? I think my biggest reason is that I'm concerned about the leadership in the city of Port Arthur. And to use that word leadership would be very loosely because there is no leadership in the city of Port Arthur right now. If there was, then we wouldn't have the high unemployment which we have. And the way the city is going right now, it seems that the unemployment is going to be even worse. When I left you a little over 3 years ago, you had 4% unemployment. Now you have 16%. I left you with $18 million in reserves. You're down to about $8 million in reserve. You have no cooperation from the refineries. One of the biggest contracts we signed when I left office was with Motiva, which was an $8 billion project, and it was supposed to hire thousands of our people. Well, here, about a year and a half ago, Motiva informed the city that at the height of their hiring, which was about 3,000 employees, only 13% of those were from the city of Port Arthur. That's a shame. It shouldn't be that way because Motiva has an obligation to the city when we gave them a 20-year abatement and a $4 million incentive package. But I don't blame so much Motiva as I blame the city council and the leaders. I blame the city manager and the mayor because they should have immediately got on the telephone and called Motiva and said, you need to come here to the council. You need to tell us why we have the highest unemployment rate in the state of Texas, and yet we have the biggest project going on in the world, a project that's $8 billion. But yet we're sitting here with 16% unemployment. That's a bad reflection not only on Motiva, but also a bad reflection on the city council and the mayor and the city manager because they're the ones that are supposed to be the leaders of the council. And I just feel that something needs to be done because we're going back faster than I can possibly imagine. This city has had no economic development in the past 3 years. The only thing they can brag about is bringing in a hamburger place over there on 365 and bringing Cheddar's out there on Highway 69. Now, to me, that's not economic development, bringing in restaurants, because families cannot support their expenses working in a fast food place. And I have nothing against fast food places. You can tell by looking at me. I like to eat at these places, but it isn't conducive to bringing up a family and raising kids and so forth, or paying your sewer and water bills. And here in the city of Port Arthur, your sewer and water bills are most probably the highest, the absolute highest in Jefferson County. I think that our leaders have been non-existent. They have not done what the voters elected them to do, although the city manager was not elected. He was hired by the city council. And I think that's one of the things that maybe the city manager has forgotten. He is not the leader of the city, it's the council. It's the council that sets the agenda, and it's his responsibility to enforce this agenda. But I feel that a lot of council members have just shied away from their responsibility as elected officials and just let him do everything. And as you can see, what he's done has been very disastrous for the city. And so I hope that the citizens of Port Arthur will understand that we need a change. I think President Obama said it so clearly so many times in his campaign. We need a change. We need a change in the city of Port Arthur. We have contractors that are not working. We have our own people that are not working. We have suppliers that are not doing any business with Motiva. It's a shame that you have the largest project in the world going on here, and yet you have one of the highest unemployments in the state of Texas. Now that too just doesn't jive, and I think that's why I'm saying that we have no leadership and we need a change in the city of Port Arthur. I thank you.